Hello, everyone. It's Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Man United have won a game. We've won a game, guys. You know what? We should be happy, isn't it? We should be happy. We shouldn't be arguing with each other. We shouldn't be throwing out all the accusations and stuff like that. You know what? It's all about winning the game at the end of the day, guys. And we won the game, and I'm absolutely delighted with that, of course, guys. Thank you for joining me today, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video, guys. So, look, we break it down into, you know what, the game yesterday. Man United should have won the game by 3 or 4. It was pretty evident that the problem at Man United is clinicalness, is being clinical, is making the right decision at the right time. And I felt that Man United, they up to a point, we were very good. Up to a point, we're a little bit slow on the build-up, but up to a point, when we get to the attacking third, we look a little bit clueless, if I'm being honest, guys. And to be honest with you, it seems like there's a mental problem. There's a mental block at Man United. I don't know what you think about that. I do believe that it seems like there is a mental block at Man United. When we get into that final third, it's a little bit like, oh, what do we do? To me, to you, to me, to you. Look, you take it. No, I take it. You take it. It's a bit like that, isn't it? And we just need to show a little bit of assertiveness in the final third. This will help us. You know, this will help us tenfold. At the moment, we're not crossing when we should be crossing. We're not passing when we should be passing. And we're missing a whole load of chances as well. Good chances as well. We just need to be a little bit more calm. When we get into situations, we need to be a little bit more calm, guys. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, the whole team, I felt it was a better performance. I felt we kept the ball better. I felt, you know what, I know the opposition. I know it is Glasgow Rangers. I know we should be beating Glasgow Rangers, and we should have won handsomely yesterday. We almost blew it again, guys. We almost blew it again. Luckily, for an excellent pass from Licha Fernandez and a brilliant finish from Bruno Fernandez, we got it done. We got the job done. We are in the top 4, and we need a point against FCSB to go through automatically, guys. So we're not going to be knocked out the Europa League. We will be playing European football in the next month or so. Great, of course, guys. That's good news. Man United will be playing European football. It's good. But one thing we have to do, guys, and we have to be realistic to one another. We have to improve a lot. And it has been really poor. It was really poor. And to be honest with you, I was pleased with some aspects of the game, but I was also very disappointed with some aspects of the game again. It's no surprise, to be honest with you. Ruben Amorim was criticised for substituting Euro and De Ligt. Those players were injured. They were feeling tight hamstrings and knocks. We have games coming up thick and fast, and we don't have a squad to be coping with the likes of Fulham on Sunday, of course. We got such a short turnover to Sunday. We got Fulham away. Fulham are doing brilliantly. We got to rest some of those players. These players there should be good enough to defeat Rangers. And we were just about at the end of the day. We were just about. You know, we need players in our team to take authority, to take advantage, make yourself a hero, so to speak, you know, and just go and get it. You're playing for Man United, the biggest club in the world. You're playing for the biggest club in the world. Don't be nervous. Don't feel burdened by Manchester United. You know, with me in football, I'm very impartial, guys. I'm very, very impartial. When I talk about football, when I talk about certain players, it is an accumulation of things that have happened over the season, right? It's not just I jump down someone's player, someone's throat because, you know what, you know, I don't like that player. I have no affiliation with any player. I don't. I have affiliation with Manchester United, and I support the manager. And whatever the manager decides, I support. But critique is part of the game. Critique is part of the game. And there still were a couple of players in that side that I feel are just not doing it, guys. They're just not doing it. And it will be very disingenuous to us to support them and say, no, it's not him. He's doing well. He's better than him. He's better than him. It's not that. That's not how we're going to move forward with this, is it? There's many players in that squad that haven't done well. You know, there was many players in our team that played a little bit out of sorts yesterday. Maguire yesterday, the mistake from Harry Maguire was very bad. It was a very bad mistake, you know, and it cost us a goal. All Maguire needed to do was shove the guy off. But you know what? He got easily pushed. I thought it was a foul. If it's a foul on them in the box, how's it not a foul outside the box? So I go by that logic. The referee was against us, of course, guys. But Man United ended up winning the game, guys. We're going to get into some of the quotes and stuff. We're going to get into the post-match interviews. Let's get through some of your comments first. Of course, Let's have a read of this. Great win. Should have been 5-1. Need to improve finishing and decision making in the final third. Garnacho by far man of the match. I'm going to get into that very soon, of course. Absolutely. Well played, Nacho. Absolutely. Boomo TV. Big up, Boomo. Big up, my friend. Sanjay Ramza. Hello, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Big up, brother GK. How you doing? Absolutely brilliant ball from Licha Martinez. GK. Absolutely fantastic, amazing ball, of course. Bazza, what's going on, my friend? Beautiful morning, isn't it? Makes a change, doesn't it, Bazza? Makes a change. We won a football match. And you know what? I don't want any bringing in negativity. We've had enough negativity over this last few weeks, haven't we? Arguing about this player, arguing about that player. Why can't we just agree that we're not good enough? Some of the players are not good enough, and we leave it at there. Stop trying to justify, why mud is gold. At the end of the day, and that's what I would say. Good morning, United Road. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Still think it was handball for the first goal, Saulo. Yeah, it was definitely handball, Darren. It was definitely handball. Definitely come off his hand. Definitely. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't go to VAR. Yeah, they twist the rules for Man United. No matter what, they're going to twist the rules and get them for Man United. Man United is one rule for Man United, one rule for the other people as well. It's disgusting, that decision for the goal, which was disallowed. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I was like, what the hell? He just touched his back and he fell on the floor. What's going on there? And those sort of things need to change, of course, guys. Absolutely. Lights around me, what's going on? It's a win. We strike a left wing back and go win the thing now. Absolutely. Look, but did you notice how that none of these players are getting the service? Look at Paul Xerxes, for example. How many balls did he get in the box? We get the ball and we don't pass the ball, and that's the problem. We're not getting the ball to the striker. So I generally feel no matter who we put up front, we're not going to score many goals if we don't get the ball to the striker. That's the problem with Man United at the moment. We need to get the ball to the striker. We need to start creating more, and that stems from all the team. And we over-highlight things. For example, Bruno scored. So now all of a sudden, Bruno was fantastic the whole game when he was poor, and he weren't the only one. And this is the way we act. It's fickle at the end of the day. We have to look at it and say, look, we should have been sweeping aside Rangers yesterday and we should have won the game comfortably. Right, and we should learn to pass the ball into the box to the strikers. It is a graveyard shift up front for Man United. It's a graveyard shift, and Man United need to concentrate on learning how to get players into good positions and pass the ball when needed, of course. Big up, Sunny. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Alaikum salam. I hope everyone is good. I hope you're good, my friends. Hope everyone is blessed and having a great day, of course, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, of course, guys. But let me get into some of the quotes from Ruben Amorim, some key quotes from Ruben Amorim coming in, of course, guys. Very, very interesting quotes, of course, as usual from old Ruben. He does not shy away from the attention, of course. So we lost control of the game for 7 minutes because of small and bad decisions. Even when we suffered Rangers' goal, we were so near to the second goal and missed so many chances. But we recovered and it was a good victory. It was a good recovery in the end. But you know what? We got to really, really learn to take our chances and be more clinical, because at the end of the day, you know what? We're going to play better teams. We're playing a better team on Sunday. We're playing Fulham on Sunday. They're going to be a better team than Glasgow Rangers, of course. The opponent is different. The speed is different. Everything is different, but they tired. You can see it again. The connections, the movement. Some play well. Some did play well. We did well for the time we had to train. Now, I don't want to hear any more excuses about training. I don't want to hear any more about that. I just want to hear about winning games now. I want to hear about winning games. Of course, now that we qualified almost, we need 1 point to get to the next round. It prevents us from playing an extra game in the spring. So that is good news, of course, guys. And we have more time to train. We need to be more clinical in the right moments. That can help us a lot. Of course, it will help us a lot. Of course, it builds up confidence. That's what we need to do. And not only that, when we go 1-0 up, go for the kill. Go for the kill. Get 2-0, get 3-0. You know what? Do that. Go for the kill. Stop second guessing. Stop the anxiety. Stop the indecisiveness, because that is what we're suffering from at the moment. A big, huge dose of indecisiveness. It's very important. If you look at the schedule, it's 2 weeks with one game. It's big to prepare for the Premier League, so it's important to stay in the top 8. Absolutely, guys. Massive game on Sunday, of course, guys, against Fulham. Huge game, of course. Against Fulham, of course. In regards to Bruno Fernandes, he said, at this club, you need to win every game. I've heard it all before, Bruno. We know we need to win every single game. We're Man United. We know we need to win every single game, Bruno. We're no disillusions. We're no disillusions that Man United need to win games. Of course, we know Man United need to win games. You know what I mean? Ruben Amram on Garnacho, focus on the games, and he's here. He is a player for Manchester United, and he was really important for us today. Let's see the next days. Look, I'm very disappointed. I'm very sad about this transfer. You know, Garnacho was absolutely good yesterday. He was phenomenal yesterday, in my opinion. And I'm feeling sad about the fact that we're going to let a young player like him go, you know, for literally pennies. Makes me sick. Bruno Fernandes said, this is a massive club used to winning games. Not anymore. We're not used to winning games lately, have we? I hope our fans don't get used to losing games. I want them to believe in the players and the weekend. We believe in you. If you help us believe in you. Help us believe in you. That's what you need to do. Don't worry about us. We'll believe in you if you make us believe in you. And that's what you need to do. We'll support you, but you got to make us believe in you. You know, belief and support is two different things. We have every reason to doubt you. Every reason to doubt you. We got loads of reasons. I can give you a list of reasons why. Bruno Van said, we are a little frustrated at the moment. We start very well this year against Liverpool and Arsenal. Then Southampton, we good resilience. Then the Brighton game where everything went wrong. Yeah, well, we should have lost to Brighton as well, isn't it? You know, we should never have come out of that game as the winners. It's not about improving our character. We have to prove that in 90 minutes. We can't only bring that out when we concede a goal. We need to be consistent through the 90 minutes. Unfortunately, we conceded a late goal and had to score a late winner. Absolutely, guys. Spot on. And you know what? This is the problem. And there is a mental thing at Man United. There is a mental problem at Man United at the moment. And you can tell there is this mental problem at Man United, of course, guys. Something that I'm looking at and I'm thinking, how do we fix that? How do we overcome this mental block that we have at Man United? You can tell it on the pitch that, you know what, if the players are passing too much, the players are taking their time on the ball too much. It's too much indecisiveness going on around the pitch. We just need to play football. And most importantly, what Sir Alex Ferguson used to say over the years, go out there and enjoy it, lads, because that's what we should have done. Go out there and enjoy it. That's what we should do, of course. Baza, I really hope he doesn't go. I really hope so as well, of course. Absolutely. We got listen. Hi, Sal. We need a good clinical strike to finish off chances. We don't have enough chances, mate. We don't have enough chances. We don't create enough chances. No matter what striker we have up there, we could have Osman, we could have anyone we want. We're not going to put the ball in the back of the net if we don't. Look at Xerxes, for example, banging the goals in Italy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just we're not getting enough chances put to feet. We have the 5% of the least amount of passes in the box than the whole of Europe. In the whole of Europe, right? So that goes to show you where we are as a creative force. We're not very good. The chances that were missed yesterday were mainly by midfielders, basically midfielders. Absolutely. Viva Garnacho, big up UK Darren. Absolutely. Let's hope he doesn't go anywhere, of course. Also, Dallas should play in his natural position. We saw a difference last night. Baza, he played left wing back and he didn't play well, to be honest with you. He needs to play as a right wing back. If not, he shouldn't be playing left wing back. Ahmad played right wing back yesterday, and it was Dalot as a left wing back yesterday. We saw the difference last night. We saw another poor performance. I could never knock Dalot's effort. I will never knock Dalot's enthusiasm and stuff like that, and the badge, how much he loved the badge, etc. But what I will not shy away from is poor performances. And no, he's not the only one. He's not the only one who's dishing out poor performances. There was a poor performance of Maguire yesterday. Absolutely. De Ligt weren't fantastic. It was a difficult game. But, I want to see something. And you know what? I want to give something to praise. I want to praise these players. I want to say, oh, he done brilliantly. Dalot done brilliantly. This player done brilliantly. That's all I want to do at the end of the day. I don't want to be criticizing players, And when I'm criticizing players, it comes from a place of understanding and not something sinister. You know what I mean? There's many people in football fan base that have sinister motives, right? For example, xenophobia and favoritism and player FC and stuff like that, and that doesn't fit into my realms of understanding about football. At the end of the day, you call it out as it is. You call it out as it is. Big up, Barman. How you doing, my friend? It was a doctor ordered before the weekend. Garnacho was shown to be part of Amarim's plans. No chance of the same mind as sell him. Absolutely. Dylan, Dalot is a right back or right wing back. Yeah, I don't think he's a good one either. I don't think he's good enough for Man United, Dylan. I don't think he's good enough for the first team. That is my opinion. And I'm not going to change my opinion based on what few people think. I just don't think he's good enough. AC Milan. Let me tell you about AC Milan. AC Milan, who I know a few people at AC Milan, they told me that Dalot was atrocious. But, one thing I would do, and I will always do, is support the player. I will support the player. I will call out bad performances. I do that with everyone. Maguire had a bad performance yesterday. The goal was his fault. You know what I mean? I'm not shying away from that. I've been criticizing players all year. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I don't shy away from criticizing players when it's time to criticize, as long as it doesn't get in the realms of abuse. Because I don't do that. I don't do abuse. I just do, I see it as it is. He didn't play well. He didn't play well. He played well. He played well. What's the deal? It's all about Manchester United. It's all about the badge at the end of the day. That's all I care about. I don't care about individualism. I don't care about, player FC. I'm impartial to reality, and to the players. I don't care who scores. I don't care. I don't care who assists, as long as we win the game. That's why I'm here now. I'm buzzing. We won the game. We could have drawn the game. The mood would be a completely different set right now. We'd be very, very miserable right now, wouldn't we? If we didn't, win the game yesterday, especially with the chances we had. Malacia looked better on left wing back. Yeah. He got caught out though, didn't he? But a couple of times, but he did look he looked solid. Look, I really want Malacia to do well. I like all these players in regards to any player that plays for Man United. I like them, and I want them to do well. And to be honest with you, what I would say is that side of Man United's pitch, the left side is centre back, the left wing back is very weak. Leacher's 10 times better in that position. So what we have to understand is that we need a left wing back. That's why Man United are going in for a left wing back. We've been fighting for a left wing back. Unfortunately, Napoli at the moment have offered Dorgu a contract with an obligation. Basically, they've offered Napoli a offer, but they will loan Dorgu back to Napoli. This is enticing to Lecce. So Napoli will loan Dorgu back to Lecce. They will buy Dorgu and loan him back to Lecce. This puts Man United in a bit of a predicament because Man United, we're trying to sign the player. Now, Napoli are coming and say, right, we'll buy the player, but we'll loan him back to you so he can play for Lecce. So that leaves us at a disadvantage. So Man United have to work out what's going on very quickly. Otherwise, we're not going to have a left back to the rest of the season. And we do need a left back. If it was me, guys, I would say, all right, leave you guys. Fine. Go to Napoli. We'll go and get, Carreras. We go and get Fernandes. We're going to get Fernandes. That's it. And leave that. That's what I would do at the end of the day. New circulation about a shock transfer is that Marcus Rashford has been a target of Liverpool. Liverpool have asked about the availability of Marcus Rashford on loan and are willing to pay 3/4 of his wage to sign for Liverpool. Now, this is an incredible transfer that I heard last night. Someone close to me said that he's considering going to Liverpool. Look, guys, I cannot fathom what will happen if Marcus Rashford went to Liverpool. It'll be an absolute travesty. And to be honest with you, I would not advise that for Marcus Rashford. I would not say he'd do that for Marcus. Do not do that, Marcus. Let me tell you right now, Marcus, do not do that. Of course, Marcus Rashford was in the stands yesterday. Lots of people saying that he would have been in the squad. He wasn't. He's just keeping fit. We need to sell him, so he's keeping fit. That is what they do. But you know what? Liverpool coming in, it's a no-no. We don't do that at Manchester United. We don't. He either goes to Napoli, he goes to AC Milan, at the very, very, very worst, he goes to Chelsea. That is the very worst at the end of the day. Barman, about Dalot or any other player, we should evaluate options and priorities. We need a left back, wing back. That is the priority, 100%. Man United have been without a left wing back, a left back for the last year, and obviously it's been affecting us. Much of our goals come from that side due to obviously the ineptness in our play in that side. We don't have a natural sided there. I would love Dalot and Mazraoui to be battling it out for the right wing back position. So we have two wing backs there, so they could battle it out for the right wing back position. We can rotate, we can rest players. You know what I mean? Dalot looked knackered yesterday. He looked knackered. He looked nervous, and I just feel like he's positioning, and the job is too hard for him at left wing back. And I'm saying that as a guy who does actually rate him, you know, and people like to think about the negative. I actually do think he's all right. But yeah, we do need a left wing back, you know, and probably a left back, a centre back as well. We need a midfielder as well, CDM, another one, and we need a striker, and we need a winger. We need everything, guys. At the moment, Man United are in a bit of a dire position, of course, guys. This window sale feels like Arnold and Murto. Absolutely, Darren. It feels just the same, you know. At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if Man United sign up Garnacho to a new contract and they say, oh, it's like a new signing. That's what they do at the end of the day. That's what they used to do. You know, I thought things would have changed, of course, but obviously not. I actually think it's worse, you know, because at the end of the day, they sent out this letter. They sent out this letter, which was by Ineos. Ineos sent out this letter yesterday. I don't know if you've read the letter, guys. I'm going to bring it up on the show. I don't know if you read this letter, but it's very, very interesting. In regards to the ticket prices, the season ticket prices, and the single ticket prices, it is incredible what they said in this letter, of course, guys. But I'm gonna get it out for you real quickly. Let me just see if I can find it first. I'll get it out for you real quickly. I'm going to get it so I can read it out to you. And I want to know your opinions on it, guys, because your opinion matters to me. You know, I want to see what you think about it. But I'm going to set it up. I'm going to get it up real quickly. Bear me a second. So here we go. Let's get this up. Let's read this out to you guys, because this is a response from the Glaze. This is a response from Ineos and the Glazers in regards to Manchester United. So it is very important that, you know, what we think about this, because you know what, it's disgusting. If it's down to me, you know what, it is disgusting when you think about it, about the way these Glazers and Ineos are treating the Man United fans like fools, you know, and it's crazy when you think about it, you know. It is absolutely disgusting. Right, let me add that to it. There we go. I think I've added it to it now. There we go. So let me just read this out to you guys real quickly. I'm going to read this letter out to you because I feel it's disgusting, in my opinion. I really do. So in response to the prices of the tickets going up, of course, this is what Ineos said in regards to that, and in regards to the season ticket prices. It was in response to the 1958. Of course, sorry, it's very small writing, of course, guys. Let me read this out really quickly. Dear the 1958 and the Fan Coalition 58, thank you for your letters received to Omar Barada, CEO, and Rick McCoo, Director of Fan Engagement. We agree that our fans are what makes Manchester United the greatest football club in the world. We greatly value and appreciate the loyalty and passion our fans have for the club and difference that this makes to the team. We are determined to ensure that our current fans can continue to afford attend games and that tickets are accessible for future generation fans. As previously communicated, we are, however, currently making a significant loss this year, totaling over 300 million in the last 3 years. This is not sustainable, and if we do not act, we are in danger of falling into comply with the PSR, FFP, keywords, of course, guys, absolutely requirements in the future years, and significantly impacting our ability to compete on the pitch. Well, surprise, surprise. We will get back to catch a positive position as soon as possible, and we will have to make some difficult choices to get there. That has included a significant reduction to our workforce and cuts across across of spend across the club. None of this has been easy, but we believe it is essential to restoring financial sustainability to the club, which will underpin us in a work to get back to the top of English and European football. Look, it's a bunch of old nonsense, guys. It is a bunch of old nonsense if I think about it. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, shut up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm honest to God. I'm really, really thinking this, guys. I'm thinking, what is this guys on about? They're absolutely, it's just a load of waffle. It's a load of kerfuffle, as I said. And to be honest with you, drives me mad what they're talking about right now, you know, and it's just going to be that, isn't it? They're very adamant that don't want to spend money. That is simply what I read, of course. That is exactly what I read. Absolutely. Barman, thank you so much, you legend. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support, my guy. Thank you for your support. Very, very much appreciated, of course, guys. Very much appreciated, guys. Absolutely. So, look, you know what? I don't want to dwell on it. I know what Ineos are about. I know what the Glazers are about. I know what they're all about. I know what, by this window, we can see what they're doing. Okay, we can see what they're doing. FFP, PSR. Why on earth would you buy the football club then? If you couldn't afford the football club, why on earth would you buy a percentage in the football club if you can't afford to sustain it? That's the biggest argument that I would have. It's all rubbish, to be honest. It's all lies and stuff like that. I didn't want to read that. Loads of waffle in that message, in that letter. It was loads of you know what, excuses, in my opinion. That's all I see. I just see excuses at the end of the day. That's why I want to concentrate what's going on the pitch. Manchester United face Fulham on Sunday, of course. Hopefully, we will get some deals done by the end of the transfer window. I'm not going to hold my breath. This is not what I'm going to do, because at the end of the day, that'd be incredibly dangerous, because I know that Ineos are what they are. They are what they are. And you know what? They're intent on not signing any players. And this is the problem with Ineos at the moment, of course, guys. But I want to bring in another thing. I want to bring in a little bit of a quote from, obviously, Ruben Amram, of course, guys. A very important quote from Ruben himself, of course, guys. So let's have a listen to this.
Performance, result, which one is more important there?
Of course, in this moment is results. We can saw some plays, some positioning, try to do the right things. Was not, of course, the perfect game, but we improve a little bit in the small things, especially with the ball. I know that is a different competition, the different pace, so it's easier for us. But in the end, we clearly deserve the win. We missed some chances. We were so near the second goal, and then in the end, we had the ability to score again. It was really important.
Does that help? Just thinking about that sort of slightly slower pace, when you're trying to deliver instructions and you're trying to get players to understand what this new system is, does a game with a slightly slower pace help them?
That is normal. We have to imagine that seven trainings, and when I say trainings, is really trainings. It's not the prepare of the game when you cannot almost run to be fresh for the game. So if you imagine that is like 2 weeks in the preseason. So, and we have to cope with this moment with the quality of Premier League. So we know that sometimes it's frustrating. You want more, but of course when you change the competition, the pace is a little bit slower. You can understand better the positions, the play is not everything is so fast, so it helps us in this moment.
Bruno Fernandes just has an uncanny knack of turning up just when you need him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a great personality. I know sometimes people talk about the frustration that he shows on the pitch, but he has the other side that he never give up. He wants always the ball, even in the hard moments. And sometimes when you have this kind of character, sometimes you have the opposite, that he's frustrated and he screams with everybody. So we have to understand, we have to manage that. But Bruno Fernandes is an example when you think about work ethic and performance.
Matthijs de Ligt came off at halftime. Is he all right?
He has a pain, so we cannot risk. Lenny felt a pain also, so we cannot risk. And we have a different players that can play. So was that we cannot lose anybody, and everybody has to be prepared. And I need to show confidence instead of putting danger some players for a long time. We have other players that need to play.
Ruben, congratulations.
That was Ruben Amorim. Yeah, you know what? Talking about the pace of the game and how difficult the game is in compared to the Premier League and Europe. The game in Europe is much more tactical. We know that when you play European football, but this was a British derby, of course, and it was more like an English game, if so to speak. A Premier League game because it was Glasgow Rangers. Look, you know what? I feel like we have players on the pitch that do turn up sometimes. They do turn up sometimes, but sometimes these players don't turn up. And the problem is that not against, like the big teams, so to speak. It's the smaller teams that we seem to be struggling against. Like even Rangers, you can class as a team that we should really be beating quite comfortably. When we play Southampton, we should have lost that game in fairness. When we played Brighton, we lost that game. And other teams in the Premier League, we seem to go missing, and the characters seem to go missing as well. That is the main problem I have at the end of the day. Almac, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. What's going on? I read that United offering Rashford to other clubs and will pay half the wages, and there are still no takers. The club is struggling to give away these bad contracts. No one wants him. I told you he's got a lot of problems. I told you the guy has got problems, big problems. Ineos has fired Ben Anasio as head of America's Cup team. There are now accusations and threats of legal action. This is similar to what happened to Nice FC and United. Constant chaos. Man United are full of chaos. Man United are the prime. Man United are EastEnders. Man United are Netflix at the end of the day. This is what we are. We have to admit that we are the new, we're the most chaotic team in the Premier League. Probably in Europe, if I'm being honest. We are the most chaotic. There's always something going on at Man United that sweeps you off your feet and you go, what? What did he say? What? He did what? And we're like that, and it just drives me mad. We can't have a peaceful day at Manchester United, of course. We can't have a peaceful day, of course. Let me go into the player ratings, course, guys. The player ratings for me. If you go into it, this is from my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and of course, other entities. Of course, guys, this is the player ratings from yesterday. We gave Bayern there a 7.2, made some very, very good saves in the game, guys. Especially handled himself well on the corners. I thought he was strong in the corners, guys. I really did felt he was strong in the corners. Could do nothing about the goal, but I felt he was very solid. And one thing about Bayern there, he wasn't nervous. It didn't make me nervous, but you know what? He did all right. In regards to Lenny Euro, was a difficult game for him, of course. Was left a little bit exposed at times, of course, guys. Ahmed running up and down that wing, but I would give him a 6.4. Still a fairly, just above average score. Did fairly well. Not too bad, but you know what? Still a lot to improve with that Euro, but a very, very good talent to obviously, of course, for the future. Dillitt had a disappointing game for his standards. Got a 6.3 for me. He got substituted. He felt a little bit of tightness in his hamstring, I believe. So it was precautionary. He was taken off the pitch for precautionary reasons, of course. Hopefully the injury isn't too serious, because we really do need Dillitt, guys, and we need as many players fit as we possibly can muster, of course. Martinez was brilliant. I would have given him more than a 6.6, but my people have spoken. 6.6, I would give him a 7 point something. Was absolutely brilliant. The ball for the goal, the ball for the goal was absolutely incredible. What a ball that was. It was absolutely incredible. I give him a 7, but people have voted to 6.6. Ahmad was disappointed with Ahmad yesterday. Didn't pass the ball when he was supposed to pass the ball. Kept holding the ball too long. 6.1 for me. Ericsson, neat and tidy, but again, too slow and open in the midfield. So I give him a 6. Well, the fans have spoken. I give him a 6. Collier, absolutely brilliant. Coming in for his first game in European football, I'm giving him a 7, a comfortable 7. Did very well coming on. Did very well for starting the game in Europe, of course. And I was very pleased to see him start. I think that showed bravery from Ruben Amorim, and I was very delighted to see him start. Dalot, again, disappointing, 5.7. Left back is not his position. Left wing back is not his position. I know, I understand that, but we have to give what we see at the end of the day, and it was a poor performance. I love his application. He does play for the badge. He loves the club. You can see that, but simply just not good enough. In regards to Fernandes, I'm giving him a 7.0. Won the game for us. Was all over the place. Did very well. Dropping into midfield at times. Was very good in my opinion yesterday. Not great, but you know what? Above average. A 7 for me. Garnacho, you know what, absolutely brilliant from Garnacho yesterday. Running the wings, crossing the ball when he needed to cross the ball, created a lot of chances, and we weren't clinical. He was dangerous. He was our most dangerous player on the pitch. And anyone who disagrees with that has just got an agenda against Garnacho, because he was our most dangerous player on the pitch. Xerxes, graveyard shift again, 6.2, held up the ball well. But you know what, not getting any balls into the box, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, what striker you are. If you don't get the ball into the box, you know what, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle, and you're not going to score goals, of course. Guys, of course. Yeah, so that is the player ratings for the game, of course, guys. Get the substitutes up very, very soon, of course, guys. Absolutely, we'll get that up for you guys. My man of the match yesterday, I hear you scream. Who was your man of the match yesterday? And that was, man of the match was Garnacho for me. He gets a 7.7 for me. Brilliant performance. I'm not saying he was absolutely incredible, like unbelievable, but you know what? After everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks, this performance here was great. I felt he was our most dangerous player, and I felt like every time he got the ball, something happened. I know he's not perfect. He's 20 years old. That is what I keep banging on about. He is only 20 years old, and he can improve. He can improve. In regards to Ruben Amorim, he gets a 7 for me. Won the game. Played Collier and Eriksson in midfield. Of course, was brave. He made some brave decisions yesterday, playing in there as well. So he won the game, and I can give him a 7. So that is a good 7 for me. Ruben Amorim won the game, of course, guys. In other news, Manchester, and in regards to Manchester United, Manchester, more on Aiden Heaven and Man United exclusive story from earlier. Manchester United are confident to bring him to the club despite Eintracht Frankfurt approach and Arsenal new deal proposal. He was in attendance at Old Trafford tonight. So Aiden Heaven is a new player who plays in defence for Arsenal youth team. Manchester United feel like they have struck a deal with Aiden Heaven, another young player that might come to Manchester United, another one that is for the future, of course, guys. Another one that is for the future, of course. He's 18. He's another left footer, of course. So England under-19 international. Man United are incredibly interested in Aiden Heaven, and to be honest with you, great, you know, that's great. But Man United do need fit and ready players to play. He does cost around 300k, but his contract is expiring in June 2025, so he will be a free agent. The fact that he was at Old Trafford yesterday goes to show you that he is going to sign for Man United, really, isn't it? Another young player coming through, which, you know what, is good news in one way. We are thinking about the future, of course. That's what we're doing. But we do need to sign players for now. We're forgetting about the now, ain't we? We're forgetting about the now. We need to get players in for the now, guys. Absolutely. Thank you. Big up. Ineos has fired Ben. Yeah, I think I read down. Big up, Almac. I thought Maguire was at fault for the Rangers goal. He was, Almac. He was at fault. It was poor goal for Maguire. If I'm being honest with you, he was weak. And he went goal side, so he let his man go, and it was a poor piece of defending. It was absolutely terrible piece of defending, Mac, and that's why I think I gave him a low score. Anyway, I think he got a low score, but it was a terrible piece of defending from Maguire, and he had a poor game yesterday. We have to admit he had a poor game yesterday. Didn't play well, absolutely not. Probably our worst player on the pitch yesterday. But you know what? He missed a header as well. He missed a clean header in the box as well. And to be honest with you, I personally think going forward, I don't think he's good enough for Man United. I don't. And the thing is, we're giving him a year extension on this contract. But, you know, what can we do? We're going to lose Evans. We're going to lose Lindelof. You know, we need to obviously have some experience in there. We probably will bring in another defender, a younger defender, of course, guys. So we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. Easton, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Those corner approaches were better. Ahmad was bad. He needs to improve in some areas. Garnacho was incredible. Easton. Thank you so much for the comment. Absolutely spot on. He was incredible. And we need to criticize players where we need to be criticized. Ahmad was bad yesterday. He was bad. Although I like Ahmad's corners. I think Ahmad's corners are spectacular. We are better at set pieces now. We scored 2 goals from set pieces in the last few games. And you know what? We should have scored the one with De Ligt as well. De Ligt should have scored that goal. It was not a foul. I cannot fathom how they gave that as a foul. I do not understand how that was a foul. I was watching Arab TV, and they were trying to show every little angle of it, saying, how is this a foul? How is he given the foul? You know, the good thing I like about Arab TV is that they don't sugarcoat anything, and then there's no Man United bias. So they looked at it and they'll go like, they were like this, you know, and they're watching it and they're like, why is this a foul? I don't understand that. How is this given as a foul? It's disgusting when you think about it. But luckily, Man United won the game. Luckily, all's well that ends well in love and war, of course, guys. And Man United won the game, and we're happy about that. Moving us into a very, very good position in the league of the Europa League. And you know what? 1 point, we'll do it against FCSB. Still Bucharest, of course. The next time we play next week, of course, guys. But before that, we got Fulham. Fulham, of course, have been absolutely on fire. I think they're 7 points ahead of Man United at the moment. Wow. You know, at the end of the day, 7 points, I believe. And you know what? I would say that Man United are going to have a tough game, especially if we have any injuries. I hope we ain't got any injuries. I hope the De Ligt and the Euro injuries ain't serious, because we are very, very short in defense, of course, guys. And we need to obviously have a full defense if we're going to combat a very good Fulham side, guys. And Fulham have had some great results this year. They're probably having one of their best seasons in years. And we got to be ready for that, of course. Maguire, again, horror show for the goal. Maguire's not that guy, Randy. I just don't think Maguire is a guy that we can rely on. I don't. I think as a personality, as a talker, as a influencer, he's not bad. He's good. But as a player, he has bozo moments. It's called bozo moments. And you know, bozo moments where you could do well all game, and then suddenly you make that one bozo moment. Onana has bozo moments. You know, he has bozo moments where in that split second he makes that mistake, and then, you know what, it finishes the game for us, doesn't it? You know, and I would say he's a bit of a bozo sometimes. The Rangers keeper gifted us the first goal, the kind of thing our goalkeepers normally do. He did play for Man United, though, Al Mac, didn't he? So he's probably got the Man United curse, isn't he? Butland did play for Man United, let's not forget. He made some great saves in the game. Let's not get it twisted. He did do some good saves. But that goal, that is what fine margins is, isn't it? You can do well, especially as a goalkeeper. You could do well the whole game, keeping Man United at bay, then you make one mistake, and that gets remembered, isn't it? He was a Man United player, so you know what, there you go. It's a Man United curse at the end of the day, isn't it? Absolutely. Malacia was solid when he came on. Absolutely, Randy. Played left-sided centre-back. Did very, very well, in my opinion. Playing in a position we haven't seen him play before. So that was very, very good for Malacia. Enjoyed Malacia's performance. You know what? He's going to be useful for Man United going forward. We're going to need him. We're going to need as many players as we possibly can, especially given the fact that De Ligt and Euro might be out, you know, and I hope they're not. Fingers crossed we're here today, probably, if they're going to be out for the Fulham game. It's such a short turnover for the Fulham game. You know what? It seems like, you know, the time is too short, Man United and Fulham. From Rangers to Fulham, the time is too short, in my opinion. I just feel like, you know what, you have to get yourself up for that game now, and it's going to be a difficult one. Lindelof will be injured until the window closes. Absolutely. But Randy, his contract runs out in 25. Yeah, so he's going to be gone for free anyway. So he won't be staying at Man United anymore. So we won't be seeing any more of these neck braces and, you know, when the window's on and, pretending he's injured and stuff like that. Absolutely. Manas says overlaps were freeing a lot of space for Garnacho. Dalot is a poor on overlaps. Yeah, he is. And I'm glad you said it, Easton, because you know what? There's some people who just will not take Dalot criticism. Some people will not take Dalot criticism. You know, I would say a lot of things about the players I like, you know, and, you know, I don't appreciate if I don't like something about a player, I don't appreciate people throwing sinister accusations when you don't like a certain player, you know, and people, if you don't like Britain, if you don't like British, if you keep bringing in English players, oh, but Maguire had a bad game. I know Maguire had a bad game. I know, but so did Dalot. You know, at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with where you're from. It's about what you do on the football pitch. I couldn't care less where you're from, as long as you do good on the football pitch. In fact, you're showing that you're showing bad qualities in regards to personalities and the lack of ability to articulate a legitimate argument when you bring in sinister accusations, because that is a sinister accusations. I like Dalot. I hope he improves. The reason I've been supporting Garnacho all these years, I've been supporting Eric Ten Hag till the very end. But what? Because I'm English. What the hell? I mean, at the end of the day, I've been Maguire, one of Maguire's biggest critics, one of his biggest critics. I've also been Luke Shaw's biggest critics, who people who watch this. So you know what? If you like a player, you know what I mean? Don't put the player over your football club. No matter what the player is, don't put the player over your football club. It's all about the club, not about your allegiance with a certain player that you like or you feel sorry for, you know, at the end of the day. Matt, do you feel Amram is driving the transfer business or Christopher Vale? Does Amram have the same powers Eric Ten Hag had? No, Matt. I think he has an equal say in regards to a number of a conveyor belt of people within the whole organization who decide who the transfer is. Now, in the past, it would have been like Murto, Woodward, and Eric Ten Hag, and Eric Ten Hag will have the biggest voice. Now, it's going to be like Ruben Amram will have a big voice, but so will Barada, so will Wilcox, so will Vivel. They will all have a big voice there in regards, and so will Jim Ratcliffe, of course. So it's going to be a balance, and it's going to be like an adjudicator of voices in regards to that. And you know what? I think it's good. I think Man United, obviously, you know, having a number of eyes, a number of ears in regards to players, you know, and judging these players rather than just having one manager and, you know, making one decision and it goes wrong and he gets the blame, of course, guys, you know. Dalot must compete with Imagery for the right side place and keep him away from the left back position. I agree, Randy. I agree 100%. The biggest concern I have about Ruben Amram is that, you know what, I hope he doesn't keep Dalot in the side just because he's Portuguese. And I don't want that. You know, I want to be the manager to be impartial. I'm impartial, and I want the manager to be as well. I want him to be fair with his selections. It should be a rotation between Mazraoui and Dalot on the right side, and we should get in a new left back. And of course, right now we can't buy two left backs, so we have Malacia and the other left back to fight out for that place. That's what we should do at the moment. In regards to Luke Shaw, apparently he's close to coming back. At the end of the day, I wouldn't trust Luke Shaw. I wouldn't trust Luke Shaw, you know what I mean, for anything. I wouldn't trust him to turn up to his own funeral, Luke Shaw. At the end of the day, I'm done with that guy, to be honest with you. I think he's a fantastic player when he's fit. But the biggest question is, unfortunately, he is not, how do I say it? Never mind, guys. Never mind. Lost myself there. I read a text and then it completely baffed me out. I was like, what? Oh, okay. You know, absolutely. Baffed me out, of course, guys. Absolutely. But no worries, guys. Absolutely. Man United won the game anyway. We won the game and we will progress in the Europa League. You know what? Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened, of course, in regards to winning the Europa League. You know, we won the Europa League before. It can happen. You know what? You never know. Momentum is key. Momentum in football is key. But it's going to be incredibly difficult for Man United to win this competition. Let's not get it twisted, right? Lazio are on fire. Goodness me, they're top of the league. You know, they're good. Obviously, we have to worry about Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur have had our number for the last few years. But Spursy will be Spursy. And Spursy are always capable of winning, of losing, should I say. And to be honest with you, what I would say is that Man United have come up against Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal with 10 men and done pretty well. So I don't see any reason why Man United, if we play to the best of our ability, can't win this competition. But I say 3 or 4 teams can win this competition at the moment. And I do believe that Man United need to get in that top 8 so we get a favourable draw. At the moment, we're looking at teams in the lower. We have got, obviously, Porto in there as well, of course, and teams that are pretty difficult to beat. And Man United have proven to be struggling against these teams. So we're going to have to be careful. There are difficult teams in the lower 16 as well. So we're going to have to be careful, of course, guys. Absolutely. Ignacio somehow linked with us. Enciso, yeah, but he's at Ipswich now, GK. He's at Ipswich. He's already at Ipswich. Here we go. I believe he's at Ipswich on loan. No, Brighton, sorry, GK. He's at Brighton on loan. Yes, Enciso was, Man United did, there was a rumour that Man United were going to hijack the deal for Enciso. It's not true. He's going to Brighton. He's basically signed, sealed and delivered at Brighton right now. So he's going to Brighton. Enciso's a good player. It would have been nice to get him on loan, but Brighton have got there before us. I don't know why Man United are moving like snails at the moment. There are about 1,000 players in Europe you can go after. but they're not going through it at the moment, and they're just wasting a whole lot of time, of course, guys. Don't worry, guys. We will win the Europa League. Come on, Randy. Big up, Randy. Big up the positivity of Randy. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. We need that positivity, guys. We need this positivity in the fan base. I know it's difficult at the moment, but we need to support Ruben Amorim. I believe anything is possible in cup competition. Eric Ten Hag won 2 trophies. Eric Ten Hag won the FA Cup and the League Cup. Anything is possible in love and war, as I said. And Man United is obviously has a chance to win the Europa League, you know. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be teams that equally feel that they can win the Europa League. But you know what? We have to believe. And we bring on Fulham on Sunday, which is an incredibly difficult game. I'm worried about that game. But you know what? I know if Man United turn up, we can win that game. You know, we play better away from home for some reason. I don't know why we play better away from home. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And we'll have to wait and see what happens, of course, in the Europa League. Let's see what the teams come up, what team we come up against. There are a number of teams that we can potentially come up against, of course. There is Galatasaray, of course, guys. There's teams like that. We've got Rangers there again. You know, we've got Ajax. You know, we got, you know, Real Sociedad. We got, you know, those sort of players, teams that we can possibly play, guys. It's also like teams like FC Porto. You know, FC Porto look like they're going to be knocked out, but wow, you know, Fenerbahce, Roma, you know, goodness me, Roma won't be happy about Lazio there. Absolutely not. But there's a number of teams there, you know, so it's important that Man United get into the top 8. At the moment, Lazio top, Eintracht Frankfurt are 2nd, Athletic Bilbao are 3rd, United are 4th, Olympic Lyonnais are 5th, Tottenham are 6th, Anderlecht are 7th, and FCSB are 8th at the moment. So Man United play FCSB next, and Man United hopefully will get the job done. Of course, guys, we'll get the job done. And we won't go down. We won't go down, mate. If we beat Fulham, it's over. We're not going down at the end of the day. So if Man United do manage to beat Fulham on Sunday, if Man United beat Fulham on Sunday, if we look at the league table, I don't know why, you know what, it's crazy that we're even in this position, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, so if Man United win, they'll have 29 points. Okay, so Ipswich Town, who are 3rd from bottom at the moment, have 16. We have 26 at the moment. Ipswich have 16. Ipswich play Liverpool away on Saturday, right? So it's Ipswich lose to Liverpool, which is highly likely. Man United will go further ahead in that league. So it's going to be very difficult. I'm not saying never say never. It does happen, of course. Relegation happens. It has happened to Man United before, but, you know, it's highly unlikely. But we shouldn't even be talking about these things. It makes me sick that I'm even talking about these things, of course, guys. We seem to be collecting famous sports administrators, but the club has never been in a worse position. Too many chefs getting in the way, slowing down decision-making. Almac, I agree, mate. I agree. I can't disagree with you, Almac. You know what? At the end of the day, too many chefs ruin the brew, don't they? And to be honest with you, too many chefs in the kitchen as well. You know, you can't have 10 Gordon Ramsays, can you? You know, at the end of the day, Man United need to have one person making the decision. It should be about up to 3 altogether, including Ruben Amorim. It shouldn't be 5 or 6 or 7 people, you know, because you're going to get conflicts, you're going to get differences, you're going to get opinions, and that's what you're going to get. So it is slowing down the process. Other teams are progressing. Man United are not progressing at the moment. And this, for me, is very disappointing because you know what? Where we are in the league at the moment, Man United can't be 14th in the league. It shouldn't be happening. It should never happen, you know? We should go all out for the Europa. Apart from the revenue income, we should attract better players. And so absolutely, Chocomoca, spot on. The Europa League, we should put all our eggs in that basket. Like, I'm not saying that we should be careful of the league, the Premier League. We got to move up that Premier League. We got to start winning starting on Sunday. We got to start winning some games. But the Europa League is a big opportunity for Man United. Man United, if they get into the Champions League, it will help the club a lot in regards to signing players in the summer, of course. Because at the end of the day, but the thing is, this is where Ineos contradict themselves. This is where they contradict themselves. Ineos might not sign anyone this window, right? And because of that, we might not qualify we might not win the Europa League. So by the summer, we're going to use the excuse, oh, we haven't got Champions League football, you know, so it's difficult to sign players. Remember this, they're going to use that excuse. We can't sign players because we haven't got Champions League football and the prices are getting extortionate. Well, if you sign players in January, maybe you might have attracted more players. Maybe players might be more inclined to come to you. And it makes, this is the Glazonomics, the circle, round and round we go every single time, isn't it? Randy, Sam Allardyce, oh God, can you imagine? He's a king at surviving relegation, except he got relegated last time. Amram is very good at expressing himself. He doesn't leave anything up for interpretation. Absolutely. And I love that about Ruben Amram. I really do, Easton. I love someone who's honest. These players need to know Wagwan. Sorry to say it like that, but they do need to know. They do need to know, because at the end of the day, Ruben Amram speaks for us. He speaks what we're thinking. He is saying what we want to say. I'm glad that these players have got it. They still didn't show me enough yesterday. They didn't show me enough to say, well, you know what? They really bounced back there, didn't they? They didn't show me enough yesterday. They did okay, but they didn't show me enough yesterday. And to be honest with you, you know what? They got to improve against Fulham. Otherwise, we're going to have a very bad result again. Especially against teams like Fulham. It's notoriously, we're going to suffer against teams like that. We're suffering against the Brightons and the Fulhams, these type of teams. The Palaces. These are the type of teams we suffer against. And you know what? We really have to show ourselves and assert ourselves correctly in the right way on Sunday, of course, guys. Where I'll be doing the watch along, of course, guys. Looking forward to it. We'll have to wait and see what happens, of course. And you know what? Hopefully, Man United get the win. Randy Glazinios out. They don't respect our managers, past and present. They buy and sell what they want. Absolutely. And I'm so glad that Garnacho had a man of the match display yesterday. And the haters can sit down because he had another man of the match display for me 2 times in a row. And at the end of the day, guys, these haters need to sit down. Ineos, if they sell this player, they're an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they should be signing players without having feeling the need to sell players as well. Players of that ilk. He's going to learn as well. The fact that he's learning as well. He was our most dangerous player yesterday, and we're thinking of sending our most dangerous player. I can't understand this. How Man United deserve such ownership. How do we deserve such ownership? It makes me sad, to be honest with you. We don't deserve this. Man United deserve better, of course, guys. Absolutely, we deserve better, guys. I will be back later, of course. Chatterbox coming back later, of course. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please spread the word of the Stretford post, guys. And guys, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Very, very important. You do that for me, of course, guys. Lots of news coming in at Man United. Lots of transfer, of course, rumours floating around at the moment. I want to get to the bottom of it, and I want to have something solid for you guys. And hopefully, I will have something very solid very soon. Lots of links, lots of talk. But I know that we got to walk the walk now. Man United, Ineos, Glazers need to walk the walk now. We're tired of this nonsense. We're tired of the rumours. We're tired of the talking. We need to get on with it now. Walk the walk. We haven't even got Anthony out yet. Anthony has not even left the club yet. Rashford has not even left the club yet. They're still at the football club, guys. Madness. Keep your hands off Nacho. Absolutely, Randy. Absolutely. Spoken by a true Man United fan. You know what you're talking about. Absolutely. Big up, Randy. And this is what I would say. Absolutely. Cheers, everyone. Big up. Hit the like. Thank you so much, Randy, you legend. Thank you very much. So, guys, have a great day. It's Friday again. Sunday, Monday, what? It's Friday again. And it's match weekend, of course. And we got Fulham at the weekend, guys. Guys, enjoy your day. Don't let football stress you out too much. We won. We won at least. That's the most important thing. Onwards and upwards in the Europa League, of course. Glory, glory, Man United. We will be back tonight, of course, for Chatterbox or later on, wherever you are in the world. And guys, keep it red. Take it easy. Peace.